Hey, what's up? Jiaozakai here. So today I decided I was going to try out all the rot weapons and see kind of like different builds that you can do with it and see if they're any good for PvE or PvP. I'm going to be doing some testing on the regular mobs. So just at Gatefront, I'm going to do the troll test, see how easy is it to actually get the rot off on these weapons, because most of them will kill the enemy before they get the rot off, and that's just how it goes. So I'm going to have a dexterity build, and I'm going to have a strength build. So for both builds, I'm going to have 57 vigor, and the endurance is going to be at least 28, so that I can wear this set of armor, which I like. It gives me a 69 poise, which is my ideal number for it, so I can tank a few things. Something that I always recommend is having the Briar Gauntlets, because it's going to save your life when you're rolling, and then it's going to interrupt their attack. So anyway, the talismans, it's up to you to choose what you like. The Antspur Rapier, which is the very first one you can get in the game, well, at least the easiest to get in the game, which is found over here, right up in this area right there. It is of the thrusting class, and I really like thrusting weapons. They're my favorite, but you'll see this one does have its downsides. So what makes this one really good compared to a lot of the other rot weapons is it can have its Ash of War changed. But I'm gonna do Piercing Fang. Let's give it a look. I actually use this one quite often. I could get a second one, but I usually just use it single-handedly. So as you can see, 1100 for a crit damage isn't the best, but it's still pretty good. So that's actually, out of all the testing that I've done, that's the fastest I've killed that guy from these rot weapons. Guys, chill. The Antspur Rapier, one of the best weapons. Especially when it comes to, like, rot. These rot weapons. I don't know, it's my personal favorite so far. And it does really well against these clouds of enemies. But let's see how it does against the troll in the troll test. I decided to choose trolls because they're a bit of a bigger enemy, they last a bit longer, so you're gonna for sure be able to proc this rot. I want to see how many it takes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh gosh, 6. Okay, so it took 6. So out of the rot weapons, I wouldn't say it's the fastest, but still pretty fast, not so bad. So one place that this one doesn't do as well as some of the other ones is its damage output. This one could put you through most of the game, but it's not going to have the crazy damage output that some of the other ones will. Alright, here comes the first person, and it looks like we're just starting. He seems friendly. Alright, he's got the thing. Alright, I guess we're doing crabs. Ooh. Oh, I actually haven't been hit by that before. It's kind of fun. That's new. This guy's into his consumables. Okay, so 403 is actually not that good. He's got pretty good damage and like pretty good armor. Oof, that's hitting me. And he's got frostbite. Okay, he's doing pretty good damage. So this thing by itself is a little bit hard to punish things. It doesn't do the most crazy poise damage itself. Oh, I ate my input. And I'm getting roll caught. And he's probably gonna just dagger me. Yeah, so as you can see, he has poise to just tank this weapon, and that's one of its downsides. If you were to go with one of the like heavy thrusting swords, like the Godskin Stitcher, you'll be able to knock them down. I think a lot of these rot weapons in general do better for PvE than they do for PvP. So if you're more of just like an average PvP player, this one's gonna be a little bit harder for you. Ooh, got another Colossal. Alright, see this. Okay, looks like he just wants to start. Alright. Gotta dodge that. Oh, he's gonna punish me a lot on those. Oh. So he's still gonna be able to punish even. So. Ah. Hyper armor. And he killed me. Alright. I guess. Next up we have the Rotten Battle Hammer, which is a great hammer. And this one you find up in the consecrated snowfields. There's gonna be some graves, and then you're gonna have to battle a rotten dude, and then he will drop that as a reward. Alright, and here we are now with the axe. Try it out on enemies. This is really, like, one of the best PvP weapons in the game. Like, nothing stand a chance. It just wrecks everything, hits so hard, and then just guard breaks. Like, let's see. I'll try it on this guy. See if I can get this guy to break. Well, he doesn't block. I can kind of just trade with him because I just hit so hard. It's so powerful. And I'm just one-handing it right now. I just realized. Not even like taking its advantage. 1,000. How much is that? 692. It's awesome. So that's how it does against these little guys. It blows them away. It's easy. See how it does in the troll test. Here we are at the trolls. Let's see how many R1s it's gonna take to proc. 3, 4, 5. Alright, so it takes 5 of these. Knocked it over. Well, I guess get a free hit in. This weapon, it's a boss killer. It is a little bit short on range. That is one area that this one does not have an advantage over the others. This is by far one of my favorite weapons. Troll's only got one hit on me. So it just shows how powerful it is, just as a single player. Now it's just check out how it is in PvP. Here we are with our first opponent, and he looks like a bleed build. So we'll see. Ah, I was hoping to get that roll. Oh man, I'm delaying it and everything. So let's see. Get a jump, then I'll delay it. Oh, I didn't get that. It's all good. We're both just missing. Okay. It was a bit delayed. Alright. Hammer's awesome. And now the match is not over. Oh, okay. Alright, so we're gonna be trying Storm Stomp one more time because when the last one was a little rough. So hopefully we get a little bit better of internet this time, and it looks like we're gonna get some lightning shot at us. Exciting times. Oh, get me out of the air. Oh, a little bit of latency. Oh, and I'm missing. Alright. Dang. Dude doesn't have enough health. Ah. So, this is one area that this hammer doesn't do as well as the axe, is range. Darn, I was hoping to punish that. running away. And he's finished. And so for the next one, we have the Scorpion's Stinger. Scorpion's Stinger is found in the Lake of Rot. I currently am not in that area in this playthrough yet, so I'll put it on screen of where you can find that one. So it's got repeating thrust as its Ash of War. When it comes to this one, you're only going to be able to get that repeating thrust. Where it's going to set itself apart is how fast it can hit. Against shielded enemies is not the best. I don't know, like, cause so if you're dual wielding these, it could be really useful. Depends if you really like the dagger moveset. Ooh, good dodges. I'm just trying to get it. Okay, so he did it. He got procced. And so it took kind of a bit longer than you'd hope. So I do like daggers, but I think there's better options when it comes to like a heavy hitting dagger. So if you're gonna be doing critical hits, I don't know if it's really even that much more worth it. See, the critical is just 110, which isn't the best critical. I think that this one, there's better options. Let's see how it does against the troll test. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 hits. Which isn't bad. But let's see. Will it even work with? Nope. Nope, that's a bad roll. Okay, so it takes a while to actually get that off. Other daggers, you're able to infuse them with like heavy infusions and stuff like that, so I feel other dags are just kind of better. Now, I'm gonna put this on my right hand, this one on my left hand. So this is a lot more effective in my mind. So you get the 1993. My gosh. Alright, so that's the power of the Misericord. Why doesn't it just stop attacking? Block for a second. Yeah. No! Come on, block me. So this one, I'm getting 1400. So you can see the difference. Like, even just as a dagger, it's like a substandard dagger. Subpar. Alright, let's see how the Stinger does in PvP. Oh, and we got a mage. Oh no, is it a mage? They got the St. Trina's sword, so we're gonna be battling against Sleep. Alright, let's see how this goes. I like the running. That's hard to punish with the daggers. Sleep, wow. Like, I think if I didn't have the Misericord here, that fight would have been so difficult. But yeah, Storm Stomp on a dagger, that's super fun. So, next up, I'm going to be checking out the spears. I'm not a huge fan myself of spears in general, and so we'll see how that goes. So PvE. I mean, they do pretty decent damage. What's the... So 481, so a little bit less than the straight swords. But these guys have a great running L1, which people definitely take advantage of. Okay, I'm gonna try the Ash of War on this guy. Alright, so I've never really used this. I mean, he's kind of a smaller enemy, and so he's able to... He doesn't take it as well. We'll see how that does against the troll during the troll test. is not the best jumping L1. I prefer like where you strike them both at the same time, but you do get good roll catches sometimes. Like if you miss that initial hit, you can get that second one. Otherwise, I kind of just prefer it to be together. Let's see how it does against the trolls. So, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this was 4, so that's better. I'm not really trying to dodge, I'm just trying to see how fast you can take it out. So the straight swords, I noticed I had a lot more stamina, so these do take a little more stamina than those ones. So overall effectiveness, I don't know, I think straight swords would win this. It really just depends on what type of moveset you like. I think as a spear, they're pretty long, and so like the reach is pretty good even for like some spears. But as a rot weapon, I think there's better options. So for me, I'm not used to playing with the spear so much, and so this is one that's kind of out of my element anyway. I never use them or lances or anything like that, and so this one's gonna be hard for me to like pull out a win with either way. Oh, they got the right idea. They're the anti-wizard. Well, let's see. Looks like... Oh, shame. Shame on them. Well, I got Scarlet Rot, so... Oh, what is that range? This is the weirdest match. Shield has crazy range for some reason. I guess if they're going all out shield battle. Oh my gosh, if they win this, I'd be so sad. So Charth Forest isn't like the worst Ash of War, but I can't believe we hit them so many times and didn't even proc the Rot. Next up, we're gonna have the Rotten Greataxe. The Rotten Greataxe you can also find in the consecrated snowfields up by this obnoxious place here. Over along the cliff face, there's gonna be another duelist that you can battle to get the axe. This one's a bit on the slower side, but it does cause more rot buildup than the other ones. Even so, I'm pretty sure we will not ever hit that, because these things hit like a truck. Alright, so let's see how it does up against the average dudes, the low level. And of course it's gonna wreck. No, people on my sides. Bad roll. Okay, gonna charge this. Alright. So it is on the slower side compared to the other ones that we've tested so far, but it, like, if it does connect, it's 1300. It's pretty good. I think that, like, for PvE, this is just awesome. It's one of the best weapons. It's got the great jumping attacks, which can just only be made better through the Claw Talisman. So, against these guys, not even a sweat. So let's give it the troll test, see how it does. So I'm gonna just try it with the average R1s. 1, well, he's ready. 2, alright dude, shit. 3, 4, 5, so 5 hits, and trolls down. But as you can see, this weapon is stellar. In fact, for this run, to get all these weapons, I used this axe to pretty much kill everything in the game. So, as I was speedrunning to get to the Halleck tree. So, there's that. Let's see how it does in some PvP battles. So, like the Rapier, this one's able to change its Ash of War, which is awesome. One that I really enjoy is Storm Stomp because it gives you that extra R1 that you can just slot in there. Alright, looks like we probably have some lightning gonna be thrown at us, which is kind of terrifying. Oh, no health. Oh, I didn't get the R1. Usually you're able to get the R1. No health. Alright. This guy screams mage, yeah.
Hey!
I'll gladly trade. Yo, this thing is one of the only rot weapons that actually trades so well. But then again, that's just strength builds. Next up, we have the Rotten Crystal Swords. You'll find that over here, right past the inner wall, after the avatar, and you get to this side of Grace. So, inside that chest, there is the Rotten Crystal Sword, and then you can kill these two crystalline dudes with spears to be able to get the Rotten Crystal Spear. In one playthrough, you can get infinite amounts of crystal spears because you can farm them off these guys, but you can only get one crystal sword per playthrough. So keep that in mind. So as you see, the Ash of War on this one can't be changed, but Spinning Slash is still actually a pretty good Ash of War, so we'll see. I'm getting a lot of damage when I'm dual-handing? When I'm dual-wielding it. Oh yeah, it gets good damage. It's pretty good. Only thing I can think of, one way to proc it is if I keep hitting shields. But overall it does pretty good. Let's try out the Spinning Slash. Alright. I'm just trying to proc this. Still no chance for the Rotten. Never procced it. So, I mean, Spinning Slash is still really good. It's a decent sword. Let's see how it does with a troll. These things got 5,000 health. This is New Game Plus. So let's see how many L1s it takes to proc this thing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I ate my input. 4, 5. Okay, so it takes 5 L1s to proc the rot. Could be worse. But also, if this was a bleed build, it probably would have taken 3. Alright, so. Not bad, could be worse. Alright, so we got Whips. Zolth is our opponent. So that's gonna be kind of hard to punish. Ooh. Poise broke me. I have 69 poise. What's the point of 69? Alright, here we go. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, I'm not even able to hit him. Oh my gosh, I do no damage to this guy. That's crazy. So we actually got the proc off on him though, which is kind of crazy. I didn't think we were going to be able to do that. Alright, gonna run him down a bit. I knew he was planning on doing that. Yeah, I went for the trade. Good fight. So one issue I find with the swords is you can't really trade efficiently. You're not able to change the Ash of War, you can't add bleed, frostbite, or anything like that. And so you're just kind of stuck with mediocre damage. It's doable. It's alright. But I prefer PvE. And I think that's going to heavily favor all the rot weapons. Last but not least, we have the Rotten Staff. The Rotten Staff is a colossal weapon, and it is found at the very late game after those other ones. Once you come out of the prayer room, on the right side across from a open space, there is going to be one of those tree dudes. And so once you kill him, he will drop this one. This one actually has the highest Scarlet Rot buildup out of all of them. Its output is 703 AR, which is pretty good. That's the highest total out of all of them, but that's two-handed. Let's see how it is one-handed. It is 645, which is still higher than the other ones. So, unfortunately, this one is a somber smithing stone weapon, so its Ash of War cannot be changed, which is a really big shame, and it loses a lot of points because of that. But it's got the most useless Ash of War also. So, let's see if we can even... Actually, that hit pretty well, but these guys don't have armor. When it goes to PvE, it's slow, its Ash of War's not so good. The one thing it does have going for it is that, like, it really hits hard. So one thing, this Ash of War is so bad that you can actually get knocked out of it very easily. I get a feeling that this is going to be really difficult to, like, get any kills in PvP. But that's just because, oh, I don't care about the bolts. That's my biggest complaint about Elden Ring, is when you try to pick something up and you can't, the thing pops up on your screen. So yeah, that's how it kind of does against these normal enemies. Hits pretty well, getting over 1,000 on some of the heavier strikes. Let's see how it does against the troll. See if we can actually get the proc off. 1, 2, 3. Well, it did knock it down. 4. Okay, so 4 is 2. So that's pretty good. 4 hits, does the rot. And so against these really slow enemies, does really great. It's fairly standard. So I could see the rot being useful for PvE. And then if you're going for a giant heavy staff wielding dude, this one's not a bad choice, to be honest. Like, took out trolls pretty easily. Alright, so our first PvP is with this guy. Let's see. I'm gonna try my best to land this Ash of War, but it's not a very good Ash of War, to be honest. Oh, I need to get more poison. Delay that a little bit. Try the Ash of War. Yeah, it's just so easy to punish. Like, there's literally no reason. There's no reason to use that Ash of War. I even missed. Oh man, it doesn't even do that good of damage. Like normally. I try. I think he knows how hard it is to hit. Oh, am I dead? Why am I not dead? Wow, he just missed. His range isn't even that good. That's so funny. He uses all the stamina, no range. No damage. Wow, it really doesn't do any damage. That was a fun fight. I like this guy. I like the cosplay. Alright, going into this next one. Ooh, this one's gonna be even more hard for this type of weapon. This guy's gonna be able to punish me on everything. So, we'll see. I'll try my best to get the Ash of War out. Yeah, no damage. Okay, 6. Alright, he has no health, which is a good thing for us. My goal is to trade into him. Alright. I can't believe I got a win with this. Hit him with the "You're beautiful." Heck yeah. Goodness. I think it's funny, I couldn't get a win with some of the other ashes, or some of the other weapons, but I got a win with the one that I consider the worst. Alright, so for my final review, going over each of them, Scorpion Stinger, for me personally, I just don't find a big use for this. It's a somber smithing stone weapon, so you're not able to change its Ash of War, and repeating thrust isn't the best. I mean, it's okay if you're just trying to inflict rot, but there's just better daggers out there. As you saw, the Misericord was able to do just way more damage. And so, if I were to use this, I'd use it on an offhand maybe, just for the Scarlet Rot, because it's kind of just a mediocre dagger at that point. Going to the Rotten Crystal Swords, this one too is not able to change the Ash of War, which is super disappointing. If it was, I would recommend this one easily. It does pretty okay damage for like a straight sword, but not great. So this one is another one that I would recommend only if you're really wanting that Scarlet Rot buildup. So it's great for PvE, but I would say PvP is kind of a pass in my book. So moving on to the Antspur Rapier. This one is the thrusting sword, which I love thrusting swords, but this one is kind of weak. So it doesn't poise break so easily. But what it does do that I love is you can change its Ash of War. So this one, if you're really good with thrusting swords, yeah, use it. It's great for PvE, especially for shield poking, but when it comes to PvP, people are easily able to trade with it. So you'll be relying on your Ash of War quite a bit, so I'm glad they let you change that. Next up, the Rotten Battle Hammer has to be one of my favorite weapons. So not only does it have the Scarlet Rot build-up, so it's amazing against bosses and PvE in general, it hits like a truck, and it's pretty fast. Only downside is its range is pretty limited, but when you do hit, you can hit multiple times most of the time. So this one, highly recommend if you're playing solo or if you're playing PvP. Easy choice. Next up, we got the Rotten Greataxe, which is another really easy choice for me to be able to say, it hits hard. It's great. Putting this on your strength build, it's gonna hit hard no matter what. You don't have to rely on the Scarlet Rot buildup. But it just has that as like a little bonus thrown in. I use this one pretty much to beat this whole New Game Plus. I don't think I died to any bosses. So next up, we have the Rotten Staff. I can't recommend this for like any reason. There's just so many better options. It does have the highest Scarlet Rot buildup, but it has the most useless Ash of War ever. It's never gonna land, and if it does, it actually doesn't do that much damage. So this is one I would say is the worst rot weapon out of all of them. So last up, looking at the Rotten Crystal Spears, in my opinion, as a spear, it's not that good. It's got more range than the short spear. Like, if you're really good at roll catches, I could see the Scarlet Rot buildup being great. Other than that, I think there's just better options than this one, just because you can't change that Ash of War. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was a little informative for you. I was looking for a video like this, and I couldn't find one, so I figured I'd just make it for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. It'd really help if you subscribed and everything like that, and we'll see you next time. Catch me on stream.